Today I will talk about XcodeGhost. So my topic is mainly divided into three parts. First, I will introduce XcodeGhost. Then I will go on to talk about how the XcodeGhost works. Finally, I will describe the solutions. First of all, Xcode is the integrated development tool running on Mac OS X released by Apple. It is the most mainstream development tool to develop OS X and iOS applications. Xcode unofficial version malware pollution incident is concerned about and become a social hot event. Attackers tempt Xcode adding malicious modules and executing various propagation actives. So a lot of developers use the contaminated version building a development environment. Also, apps compiled based on the contaminated Xcode version will be implemented malicious logic, including sending personal information to the C2 domain name registered by attackers, leading to pop-up attacks and remote control risks. According to the analysis, early security researchers called this incident as XcodeGhost. As September 2015, more than 3,400 applications are recognized to be polluted, and more than 6 million users are affected. The affected apps include WeChat, DiDi Taxi, Uber, and so on. The official Xcode is implanted with malware. The attacker uploads it to Baidu Cloud, Network Desk, and other network locations, and then broadcasts the download address through forms and other ways, so app developers can get it. If developers download Xcode from a third-party source, it will be infected with XcodeGhost. This is the Xcode from the third-party source. In the second part, I will discuss how the XcodeGhost works. Now, I will introduce the infection method of the XcodeGhost. Firstly, the official Xcode is implanted with malware by the attacker. Secondly, the attacker uploads it to Baidu Cloud, Network Desk, and other network locations. The attacker broadcasts the download address through forms and other ways. Thirdly, due to the slow download speed of the official Xcode, some developers can get it from the third-party source. Next, the developers use contaminated Xcode to compile the application, causing the application to be contaminated, and submitted it to the Apple App Store and get through Apple Security Audit. Finally, users download and install the application. About the main malicious files, the most important malicious file is call service file. The attacker adds the call service malicious component to the Xcode root directory. Because almost all applications rely on this component for development, call service is a call service layer of the iOS system and is mainly composed of two parts: call service library and advanced functions based on call service. And after inserting malicious component in Xcode, the attacker turns to infect apps through modifying the original configuration file of Xcode. Developers are forced to load XcodeGhost malicious file when compiling the code. So how to load malicious files? This is the target file. Just need to add the force load command. The force load command is mainly used to force the link to the path when executing ld command. This is a path. Actually, this field is a safe default value variable field. However, if an attacker adds force load code to the end of variable, then after Xcode perform ld command, the system will force the connection to call service containing malicious code. About the main attack methods of XcodeGhost, upload privacy is one of the XcodeGhost attack methods. There are three main steps. The first step is to run the application. When the malicious code is implanted in the application, the XcodeGhost is always hidden in the application until the user opens the application. The XcodeGhost will begin to attack. First, the main function is the entry point of a program. At the time, the malicious code is still hidden in the program waiting to be activated. After the main function calls the UI application main function, the three classes are called by the UI application main function. Then the UI application class will correct a did finish launching with options subclass. This subclass is the key to make XcodeGhost attacks, and it is like a huge container which contains the malicious code of XcodeGhost. So in this process, the malicious code is called. The second step is executing malicious code. The did-finish launching with options subclass can call a malicious code of XcodeGhost. The object message send class is just common programming code. It is only used to send messages. However, if personal information is uploaded to the C2 server and used by the attacker, then this common code will become malicious code. Also, the command and control server are brains of the malware operation. We can say that the object message send class will upload the string information to this link. This is the C2 server link established by the attacker. As a result, when the user enters personal information in the application window, the malicious code will upload the private information to the attacker's C2 server. This is how XcodeGhost uploads privacy. The XcodeGhost can also attack through URL scheme. The URL scheme is a tool of accessed application communication. The working principle of URL scheme is very simple, so it is easy to be attacked by XcodeGhost malicious code. XcodeGhost also upload the URL scheme information. Once the URL scheme information is hijacked, the attacker can make calls, send messages, send emails, or make other actions. And the attacker can also do phishing, but phishing is completely based on the privacy upload and the URL scheme hijacking. Because phishing requires the use of some private information or the use of URL scheme hijacking for remote pop-ups. These are the main attack methods of XcodeGhost. Finally, I will introduce the solutions. The first step is to verify the legality of Xcode. Just enter the spctl command in the terminal. If it shows source is Mac App Store, so this is the official Xcode. If there is no source, so this is the unofficial Xcode. The second step is to verify the digital signature of the app. Just enter the code sign -v-d and the app name. If shows authority is macOS application signing, so no problem with the software. If it shows authority is software signing, so this software is infected with XcodeGhost. At the last, we need to delete the infected apps and change the password. Thank you for your listening. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.